The Newsday continues here on One News Now. I'm Charles Lejano. A transport group is currently picketing in Quezon City, decrying the detrimental effects of rising fuel prices to small-time PUV operators and drivers. To tell us more, we now have Mon Gualvez reporting live from Quezon City. Good morning, Mon. Tell us what you're seeing.
Good morning, Charles. Some jeepney drivers headed by transport group Piston staged a protest here in the part of Philcoa Commonwealth in Quezon City. They are actually protesting about the alleged lack of action of the government despite the obvious difficulty of a lot of jeepney drivers, including some PUV drivers, amid the series of oil price hikes. Members of Piston held and sounded off 4 plastic mineral water bottles with a few centavos inside to show off their plight. They say they are already lucky if they could take home at least 350 pesos per driver because of the very high crude prices. According to Piston National President Modi Floranda, the 1 peso provisional minimum fare increase didn't benefit them at all because of the incessant increase in the price of petroleum. Because of this, they're no longer doubting if more jeepney drivers chose to no longer go on trips because of losses they incur if they do. Their suggestion to the government, long-term solution through junking the oil deregulation law. Charles, the group thinks that the current administration can still remedy the oil price problem. That's if President Rodrigo Duterte issues an executive order suspending the fuel excise tax and even the VAT. Charles?
Thanks for that, Mon. That was Mon Gualvez reporting live from Quezon City. The PNP has requested the Justice Department to issue a lookout bulletin order against the SUV driver in the recent hit-and-run incident in Ortigas. Recall that authorities are now looking for a certain Jose Antonio San Vicente, the registered owner and the alleged driver of the vehicle. Speaking to Radyo 5, PNP spokesperson Police Colonel Jean Fajardo said that they've already written to the Justice Department to put San Vicente on the lookout bulletin after San Vicente failed to heed the LTO's invitation to talk. Meanwhile, 2 security guards of San Vicente subdivision have been charged with obstruction of justice after not allowing police personnel to enter the village.
Naglabas na rin tayo at nakiusap na rin at nagpadala tayo ng letter sa DOJ para po ilagay po itong registered owner sa lookout bulletin at para hindi po siya makalabas ng bansa. Yung mismong registered owners at certain Jose Antonio San Vicente po.
Though the increase in COVID-19 cases in the country can still be considered weak, the Octa Research Group warns that this might accelerate further. Octa Research Fellow Dr. Guido David says they're seeing a slight acceleration in the rise of cases, with a 1-week growth rate in Metro Manila now breaching 50%. If the upward trend continues, David says that this could be a cause for concern. But for now, David warns Filipinos to strictly follow minimum health standards to avoid a possible escalation of alert level status.
I mean, right now it's still, you can still consider it the start of a weak surge, but the concern is it might be getting stronger. So we will have to look at the numbers closely. We don't want to lock down, and we don't foresee now there will be a lockdown. Maybe we might escalate the alert level, like the Department of Health is saying, so that's possible. Pero we don't foresee a lockdown. Omicron pa rin naman tayo, so most cases will be mild, but it will still be disruptive sa economy natin.
Mask on or mask off? This is the question among Cebuanos right now as national and local authorities release contradicting directives on the wearing of face masks in the province. Mobile journalist Jacob Lazaro with the report.
Cebu Police is now caught between 2 masters, the Interior Department and Cebu Governor Gwendolyn Garcia. Just last week, Garcia issued an executive order making the wearing of face masks optional in the province's open spaces. But the Interior Department rejected that mandate, saying the President's approved IATF guidelines still apply and that violators will be apprehended. The Philippine National Police has made it clear the President's order stands.
Okay, ngayon, pag ayaw nyo sumunod, edi mag-resign tayo. Kasi ayaw nyo sumunod, di ba? Ganun lang kasimple.
The Central Visayas Regional Police said it will follow the national government, but the Cebu Provincial Police has not budged, saying they will enforce Garcia's order.
Palagi naman po tayo nagkakandak ng rekorida na wearing a face mask dahil po ang COVID-19 is nandito pa rin po.
While vowing to follow the DILG, the regional police admits they have yet to receive reports of an arrest due to non-wearing of masks.
Actually naman po sa mga Cebuano naman po, pag binibigyan ng face mask, sumusunod naman po sila pag sinabihan po ng PNP na mag-wear pa rin ng face.
The DILG now plans to meet with the Cebu provincial government to discuss possible adjustments to the EO.
Communication is key. A show cause order will be the last step if ever no adjustments will be made.
Health experts continue to warn that now is not the best time to scale down health measures, especially with the uptick in cases and the transmission of Omicron subvariants. Mobile journalist Jacob Lazaro, we are One News.
We'll be back with more stories after a quick break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Charles Lejano. Let's get the latest on the inauguration preparations for the incoming President and Vice President of the Philippines. Liloan Mayor and incoming Tourism Secretary Cristina Frasco confirms that President Rodrigo Duterte will attend the inauguration of Vice President-elect Sara Duterte in Davao City. Meanwhile, protesters will not be allowed to go near the National Museum for the inauguration of President-elect Ferdinand Marcos Jr. This was confirmed by PNP spokesperson Jean Fajardo in an interview with Radyo 5. Although Fajardo clarifies, protests are still allowed, but only in designated areas.
Meron naman po tayo mga designated tourism parks diyan po sa Manila. Isa na nga po dyan sa Liwasang Bonifacio, diyan po sa Plaza Dilao, sa Plaza Miranda, na papayagan naman po sila na magpahayag ng kanilang damdamin at palagi nating sinasabi, nire-respeto po natin yung kakapatan ng ating mga kababayan na magpahayag ng kanilang mga saloobin. Subalit, yung pakiusap natin, ilagay sa tamang daan, ilagay sa tamang oras at place para po naman na hindi nga po ma-distract itong napaka-importanting event po sa darating na June 30.
It's still anyone's ball game in Game 5 of the NBA Finals. In the third quarter, the Celtics led for the first time after being down 16 points in the first half. Boston turned the game around after making 8 straight three-pointers despite missing their first 12 attempts. But the Warriors are now back in the lead at 75-74 after a buzzer beater at the end of the third quarter. Whoever wins today will be one win away from the NBA title. Game 6 is set on Friday, June 17. Here's a quick look at some of today's headlines. A fresh round of oil price hikes takes effect today. Diesel prices are up by 4 pesos and 30 centavos per liter, gasoline by 2 pesos and 15 centavos, and kerosene by 4 pesos and 85 centavos. The Health Department warns that Metro Manila may again be under Alert Level 2 as COVID-19 cases continue to increase. And global mega hit Squid Game is returning for another season. And those are the top stories at this hour. Join us again later at 2 p.m. as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. You can also catch One News on Signal Play. Just register for a free account at www.signalplay.com so you can stream One News live anytime and anywhere. I'm Charles Lejano. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. We're One News.